Hi there, welcome to another video. For people that are new to this channel, my name is Andy. Last year, at the end of May, I found myself in a situation where I had my car keys, I had a bin bag full of clothes, and was staying in Airbnbs in Greece at the height of the season, and I needed somewhere to live. So I came upon this abandoned Beneteau first 305, which was, well, the engine was in bits, the soul bars were floating, it was aground on long lines, and it was a bit of a mess. And I bought it for €400. I spent 6 weeks basically, first week making sure it didn't sink, 4 weeks in the yard replacing the engine and all of the through hull fittings and making sure that everything was seaworthy, and then another week basically getting it to a point where I could live on board. And I've been doing it up ever since. We're in the spring of 2025 now, and the boat is almost finished, and I'm getting it ready to sell so I can move on to another project. And my plan is to basically use the money from this boat to buy another abandoned boat, or another boat that is in serious need of work, and then do that up and carry on trading up until I've got something that is a fairly decent sailing boat that I can start to go exploring and travel the world. So if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, notify so you see new videos, and join me on the journey. And thanks for watching. Okay, so this is now dyed blue, and they're looking, I think, a lot better. They were sun faded, so it's made a difference. It's made a heck of a difference. So we'll just let that dry. I mean, it's still a bit threadbare in places, but it's 100% better than it was. So there's two more in the washing machine at the moment. We had to sort of split the dye between the two. So, but it seems to have done what I wanted it to do, which is the main thing. So, yeah, the cushions will look a lot better. It's another wet, rainy day, so I've decided that I'm going to start tackling things like this, which is the tap for the head, and also I'm going to start to replace the water pipes. So I have to be lifting the floorboards and pulling the pipe work out of the boat and getting replacements. So yeah, it is dripping a little bit from the companionway, but it's not too bad. So I'm just going to work through it, see what we get to. This is the new hose. Literally it is hose, because that's all I can get, but it's the right size. I've got a joining thing which was in one of these pipes anyway, so I put it on there so I can pull this through, and then I've managed to heat this one to get it onto the joint. But this is what's coming off. Look at it, it's just really brittle, really hard. I've had to cut it off with a saw to get it off the joints. This is that T-piece that it's come off. So this T-piece sits here and then goes to this pipe, which is under here, which is going to be a pain. That one I think goes to the port side under seat, which is effectively where another tank would be that's been decommissioned. This one has got to come off. That goes that way somewhere. This one goes to the stern, and it was joined to that. So I'm thinking that this is just a big loop somewhere. I don't know. well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So it's a mess. But I've got 25 metres of hose, so I should have plenty to do this. Next thing I'm going to do, get under here, see all the cat feed's been pulled out. So there is the water pump. So this thing will go into the water pump. So that's the pipe I'm pulling first, and then I'm starting to work from there. So, but I'm going to use the old pipe to pull it through. I think that's the only way I stand a chance, to be honest. Once again, the place is a tip, but we're making progress. So let me just get a light and I'll show you what's happening under the sink. So, water pump is coming in this way on the right hand side, going through to this T-piece here, which tees off. This goes to the galley, the head, the bathroom. This piece here will go up to a tap, which will sit on here. This is the end piece for that, which will slot into there, like that, with a piece coming out. I just need to fit that, but I'm working on the head at the moment. So this is the pipe that will deliver the water, so that's the other end of that inlet, and then this pipe here is the one that is going to the head sink. So it comes under the floor here, through into this cupboard, round through into this cupboard here, and then it's a tight fit into here. So it's this one here, and then again there's a T-piece. That one goes to the shower. I'm probably going to replace this shower because it's looking a bit worse for wear, but I've just plumbed it in for now. And then there's another T-piece, and again I've left the old pipe in, this one here, which goes to the stern shower, and we'll replace that shortly. And then the other part of that T-piece goes to this wonderful new tap here. Yep. So yeah, so that then is quite nice. So that's as far as I have got so far. Now that I have replaced all this, I'm going to start tracing these back. I am a little bit puzzled at the moment. So look here, this water is just what was residual in the pipe. This here goes to the bladder tank, which is under the starboard seat. That's fine. There's a T-piece here, and this I have no idea where it goes. I haven't got any other taps, so I'm not sure, because I think this one here is to the other bladder tank. So I've got to work that out. I've got to work out where this goes. It heads off that direction somewhere, but I don't know. There's nowhere else I can think of for it to go. So yeah, it doesn't come up in the cupboard, so it heads off and disappears in that direction. So I need to work out what's going on with that. But the new pipes look good. There's a big difference between the pipes that are under here and then where they've been protected from UV, like these ones here, which is the same pipe. So obviously they've degraded quite a lot over time. So it was the right time to change them, basically. So yeah, so I'll carry on, I'll crack on. Okay, so I figured it out. This pipe here is the one that goes to the manual pump here, that goes to this tap, which is being replaced with another one of those. So I'm deliberately not fastening these on because I need to do this countertop, so that's why I'm not finishing that off yet, because I plan to do that as the next thing as soon as I finish these. So what I'm going to do is, because this port solid bladder tank is decommissioned, I'm not going to run a new pipe. I'm going to leave this pipe as is and just leave it disconnected altogether. That means I can get rid of one T-piece, which is not a bad thing because the one in the head is malformed. I think it's going to leak, so I can reuse that T-piece for there. So yeah, so this pipe here is going to be connected to the tank, and then the other end is going to be connected to the manual pump. That'll close the circuit. So that is the plan. So I need to basically join this pipe to this old one so I can pull it through, and then I can fasten it up to the manual pump, and then we're good. So next job. Okay, so just one more pipe to connect. That's from here through to the bladder tank, which is here. I've just lifted it up slightly, and this is the tap that allows you to turn it off and on. This doesn't look as though it's actually been changed ever, so yeah, and this is fastened on by Jubilee clips. Very nice. So I'm going to basically have a go at these, and then yeah, get that pipe off and changed. Okay, so the last pipe is in, and yeah, it looks a little bit tight, but it's in and ready for recommissioning the bladder tank now. So I just need to open this, if I can work out which way it goes. That way. That's it. So that is now ready to go. So I've got these two taps to do, but before I do those, I want to sort all this lot out. So apart from it being an absolute mess at the moment, the trouble when you're doing work on a boat and living on it is that you're constantly moving stuff around, and I've been pumping bilge water, and so it's horrible. But my plan is to strip all this, sand it, and then paint it. I've already stuck this down, so that crack is now stuck down with epoxy. So that is the next job, now that these cables are in and tidied away and clipped in nicely. I've got this T-piece here, which I'm going to replace the deformed T-piece that is in the head with this. Get that sorted. But right now I need to tidy up because the mess is really getting to me. So my nicely dyed cushions are looking really good. So I'll get all this lot put back together, and then I can start to really tidy up, get the floor back down, because I don't need to lift that anymore. Clean in here, tidy up, and get rid of all these old pipes. So it's 11 o'clock. I think I deserve something to eat now, so I'm going to go and get something. Morning everyone. So it's following morning, it's sunny. I have this lot to do today. So this tap's got to come off. This is the manual freshwater tap. And then once I've got that off, I'm in two minds as what to do about this, because the original plan was to sand all this to prepare it and then paint it. And I've repaired the crack here by just epoxying it down, but there's another crack here, and when you push on here, then it's coming your way there. So one school of thought is that I could get a scraper under it and just take the whole of the Formica off, but I'm pretty sure it's quite well bonded in other places, so it's going to be not too easy. But once it's done, I'll have a plywood top that I can really sand and prep, and then paint that, and then I know it's not going to come off and look scroby in future. And I think that's the correct way of doing it, but I'm in for a world of pain, I think, to get this Formica off. So I don't know, let me know in the comments. But I need to do this today because I need to get the taps on so that I can finish the fresh water system. I'm going to just nip to the plumbers now to get a reducer. So what I want to do is, this is the tap, I want to get something that takes this down slightly so that it will fit the hose pipe on properly, because at the moment I'm having to sort of heat up the hose pipe and then take it over the top of that thread by stretching it, and it's not perfect, it's not brilliant at all. So I'm thinking of seeing if I can get a proper fitting for that. So it's worth a trip just for that, I think. Well, decision made. This top is coming off, so yeah, might be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it, because then I can actually sand this flat and paint it properly. It's all done, it's a one single job. So I'm going to crack on with that. It's a beautiful day, it really is a beautiful day. It's rather startling though, because today is Friday, but everything is shut because it's a national strike. There was a train crash 2 years ago, and yeah, it's everyone's striking in support of the victims of the train crash, because yeah, apparently it was a lot of corrupt politicians who were escaping prosecution. So it's rather weird, everything is shut, even coffee shops, which never happens. I mean, the coffee shops were open on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, but not today, everything is shut. Well, that went a lot better than I expected, to be honest. I thought it'd be really well stuck down. There's a tiny little bit in the corner there I need to chisel out, but everything else is good. So I'm leaving these in because I'm not happy with the finish on them anyway. So I'm going to leave them in so I can sand the whole lot and take them back to primer, then give them another coat of primer and gloss. But I'm going to use a roller on this. So I'm going to get cracking sanding, and then yeah, once I'm done that, I'll clean it all up, give it a mask, and then we'll get some primer on it. See how we get on now. Okay, don't know how good this is going to come out on video, but that's the first coat of primer on. I've taken the masking tape off because I got a little bit of primer on the wood, so I wanted to just get it off before it actually set. So as you can see here, it's reacting to a different brand of primer on these wooden sink covers, so they're going to have to be sanded right down and done again. But I've left them in situ for now, mainly because it's wet paint. I don't want to get it on my fingers, so I'm going to let this go off dry. The boat is full of paint fumes, companionway's open. I hope it doesn't rain. And then, yeah, it's going to need at least one more coat, if not two, before we start to get on to gloss. But I think that looks a lot better than that Gopping Formica. So when it's all painted and glossy, it'll look really good, I hope. And then we can put the taps in and we'll have a working functional galley again. Morning everyone. Well, that primer has dried. There's a little bit of a texture to it, so I'm going to just knock that down a little bit with the sander, and then probably it'll need another couple of coats, I think, just to get the depth before we can put gloss on there. So that is the job for this morning. It's currently 8:45 on Saturday. Today is Carnival Day here in Niddrie, so yeah, I've got an invite to go out with friends to Carnival, so that should be good. I've lifted these lids, they come off, as you can see. They will want redoing because this is all horrible. It's where the paint's reacted. But again, I'll sand it and just see what happens. Okay. Bit of a change of plan. I was talking to my mate Joe last night and he's come up with a really good suggestion for this. But it's Sunday, tomorrow's a bank holiday, so I'm not going to be able to get the material I need to do this. Heading back down to Zakynthos for a week, and then yeah, when I come back I'll get started on it. So yeah, watch this space. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. I think it's a really good idea and I think it'll work really well, and it's using materials I'm familiar with but a method that I've never tried before, so I'm interested to give it a go. And it also means that I don't have to worry too much about what's happening with these sink lids as well. So watch this space. Well, that's it for another video. Thank you all very much for watching if you've got this far. More is coming in the next couple of weeks, but I am literally slap bang up to date on videos, and with me going to Zakynthos every other week, it's proving challenging to get content each week. So there may be a little bit of a gap between videos. Apologies for that, but I'm trying to get this boat actually ready to sell for the spring, and then look for another project that I can do, using the money from this to sort of trade up, if you like, and then start some more DIY projects. Now, if you like that idea, let me know. And if you know of any project boats in the sort of Ionian area, around Lefkis or Messalongi or Preveza or anywhere like that, I'm looking for something that is sort of 40 foot up to maybe 46 foot, but my budget is tiny. I'm talking about 10,000–15,000 euros. So yeah, if you know of anything, drop me a line, and thanks for watching.